Namaskara. My name is Carl Dammen. I'm a river basin modeller with eWater. I'm advising the Advanced Centre for Integrated Water Resource Management here in Bangalore in Karnataka. One of the main reasons we want to do river basin modelling is because there are competing uses for water within river basins. Things like urban water, drinking water requirements, irrigation water requirements, perhaps for upstream irrigators and downstream irrigators might be in a situation where they have to share a fixed resource. Industrial water requirements, there might be environmental water requirements. And all these requirements need to be considered in our river basin model. A river basin model helps us understand those different needs and represent those different needs so that each of the needs can be accommodated in some way. For instance, construction of a new dam and reservoir and command area or something within a river basin. Could be, for instance, new crops coming into an area. In some parts of India, we're finding there's increased area of sugarcane being grown. In other areas, we might have increased areas of rice, and that influences the water management regime within a river basin. We also might be looking at the effect of increased population in a particular area. And of course, the big topic of conversation internationally at the moment is climate change. So how would climate change affect the sharing of water resources in a particular river basin? I guess this is just a summary of the need for river basin modelling. These changing conditions demand that we discuss what the options are for sharing the water resource, and a river basin model allows us to compare different options in the computer model rather than having to actually try those options in the field. How the outputs from river basin models are used for water management or decision making. When we're making decisions about new water management regimes for a particular river or river basin, we gather the stakeholders in that river basin together. So that these stakeholders might be different engineers involved in managing the reservoirs and the dams down a river system. They might be central agencies like the ACIWRM here in Bangalore. They might also include representatives of irrigators who represent the needs and requirements of irrigators. So those people can all come together and look at the results from a river basin model and understand a little bit more about how a particular management regime might share the water and what effects that management regime might have on their own water supply. If we don't discuss it with our stakeholders, the people who want to use the water resource, then it is very difficult to bring about change in water sharing. In Australia, we always bring up as the first case study, if you like, we talk about the Murray-Darling Basin. It's a very famous basin in Australia. It's the basin with the most irrigation. It's 1 million square kilometres, which is approximately the same area as the Ganges or the Ganga Basin in India. The basin itself is very large. It crosses 4 different states in Australia, and there are many competing uses for the water, which is quite a limited water resource. They have a very difficult job in managing this water, and river basin modelling provides them with a tool to help them with this management task. The rules that we have to manage our water resource. When are we going to allow releases to occur from a dam, and what volume will be released from a dam? So those rules can be written in to the model to represent perhaps releases in the case of a wet year or a dry year, or releases during flood conditions, can be accommodated within the model and can change the rules for releasing water from a particular dam or reservoir. In conclusion, I'd just like to say that we find in Australia that river basin modelling is a very important part of our water management regime and a very important tool to help the stakeholders talk about their river basin together and come to agreement about what water management rules they are willing to accept within their basin. We found this is a very useful tool in Australia, and we hope that you will find it very useful in Karnataka and throughout all of India as well. Thank you.